Have you ever looked in the mirror, seen your bare skin, and thought, is something wrong with me? It's not fear of the needle. It's not because you think tattoos look bad. It's because, without even noticing, you started feeling like clean skin at 30 is weird, almost suspicious. Your friend just got their third tattoo. Your coworker showed off their new sleeve. And you're still standing there, exactly the way you were born, wondering when you became the odd one out. But here's what nobody tells you. Everyone studies why people get tattoos. Almost nobody asks the more interesting question. What's actually going on in the mind of someone who chooses, on purpose, to never get one? And the answer has nothing to do with courage. Researchers who study decision-making found 6 patterns behind this choice. None of them is fear. And some of them are so specific that you'll start noticing the same pattern in other parts of your life, at work, in relationships, even in the way you decorate your home. Let's start with the most surprising one. It's called impression management. It's when you think about how every choice you make will shape the way people see you, not just today, but years from now. It's like that person who rewrites their Instagram bio 3 times before posting, or who thinks twice before liking something, because what if my boss sees this? Or that friend who never says what they really think at a party, because they're always calculating how it'll sound. It's the same brain. People who never get tattoos are often running that exact same calculation, just with their own body. And look, that's not being fake. It's being too strategic to stop. Now for the deeper part. This is called future self-continuity. It's the ability to picture yourself 10, 20 years from now and still feel like that person is you. Think about it this way. Would you let a complete stranger choose something permanent for your body? For some people, their self 20 years from now is exactly that stranger. A version of them with different taste, maybe even a completely different life. Deciding for that person doesn't feel like freedom. It feels a little unfair. And this isn't indecision. It's the opposite. It's overthinking the future, not underthinking it. That leads to the third pattern. People who feel like they're always under construction, always changing. For these people, permanently marking their skin feels like freezing something that's supposed to keep moving. It's the same reason someone never finishes decorating their room, or never stays anywhere long enough to call it home, or avoids putting a label on a relationship too soon. Commitment of any kind feels like closing doors that could still be open. But here's where it gets complicated, and it's worth pausing on this. Sometimes that openness is real growth, and sometimes it's just fear of defining yourself, wearing freedom as a disguise. The line between the two is thinner than it looks. There's also a simpler, more physical reason. For some people, the body is the one space that belongs only to them. Not their parents, not a trend, not even the version of themselves from 5 years ago gets to decide for it. It's not really about the tattoo. It's about protecting the one part of life that doesn't answer to anyone. Not to a trend, not to a person you used to be. Now, one of the quietest patterns of all. People who see clean skin as a choice, almost a form of minimalism. They don't need a symbol to know who they are, because for them, meaning never needed ink. We've built this cultural idea that tattoos equal depth, but depth was never about ink. Not having a tattoo doesn't mean not having an identity. It means that identity lives on the inside. And the last pattern might be the most practical one of all. People who've watched someone else regret it up close. An uncle who covered up an ex's name. A friend who spent years saving up to remove a tattoo from when they were 19. Notice something. None of these 6 reasons are really about tattoos. They're about how each person deals with permanent decisions. In their body, in a relationship, in a city, in a career. Maybe the real question was never, why don't you have a tattoo? Maybe it's, what else are you deliberately leaving open right now? If this made you think about your own hesitation with tattoos or any other decision in your life, comment below. What's something you've never done for this exact same reason?